Hey everyone, I have a control deck that I kind of had as a theory. I'm not sure I want to play this too much because control is sometimes annoying, and this is an especially annoying one, because it plays around Inventive Iteration. So this is a 4-mana bounce spell, then it's a draw spell, then it exiles, and I can cast, and whenever I cast a spell, my opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value. A lot of spells in this format are 3 mana. Ominous Traveler is a 2-mana spell that when I cast a spell from its spellbook, I return it to my hand. So it's a 2-mana spell. 6 of these 15 spells are 3-mana spells, which covers almost the entirety of the format's mana combinations. With those two, I'm pretty sure, I believe I looked at the math, it's like a 73% chance that Ominous Traveler gets a 3-mana spell. And should that fail, should they be able to get creatures beyond that, we have Divine Purges, we have Circle of Confinements and Portable Holes, we have a kill spell, we have 2 great big board clears that can be fished out with Memory Deluges, we have a Sock Coming. I'm gonna get another Sock Coming, take out Malevolent Hermit. And yeah, this is generally the idea is it's just controlling. Its win condition is literally just Ominous Traveler making a bunch of random minions. So this is my win condition. I feel like when I play this, I feel like I'm the bad guy, unless of course I face the more controlling, worse bad guy. But I'm definitely not a good person for this. Alright. Portable Hole if I need it. Might have been a bad keep. Probably going to just play a Malevolent Hermit on 2. And pray... I just realized I have to pray for a land drop in a way I really shouldn't have to. This was a bad keep. Flat out, this was a bad keep. I could Portable Hole something, hold up Malevolent Hermit. Ooh. Alright, we're going to start by attacking. I can leave up 1 mana for a sacrifice Malevolent Hermit while getting Sock Coming ready. I think I like that. If they play a creature spell, who cares? I have a creature myself. That's the kind of creature spell I really didn't want to see. Well, there goes my Divide by 0 is my guess. Memory Deluge actually has a kind of anti-synergy. I look through 6 cards. Alright, I'm happy. I am very happy with that. This thing costs 3. This only does 2 or less. Unfortunately, we did not draw the mana for Inventive Iteration. But I'm not sure I wanted to play that if I did. Alright. Hopefully this isn't too aggressive of a deck. I do not have my board clears. Elite Spellbinder tells me otherwise. Alright, we're just going to Portable Hold that one. Clerics. That's the only thing I could think of. Wow. Real Clerics. I wonder if I divide this by 0, just because they can't play it this turn? Oh. Oh. Yeah, I'll give them the safe. Wait. If I was going to do this Environmental Sciences, but I don't have another Plains, I don't think. Or do I? I have another Plains. Awesome. I'm going to do this Environmental Sciences and double Portable Hole. Oh. Hi there. Hiya, Plains. Fancy meeting you here. Also, that's a good thing, because I just realized that thing has Ward 1. Had I searched for that, I would not be able to get a Chaplain of Arms. You know, I should have left the Sock Coming available. Oh well. The Inventive Iteration I'm okay costing 6, because I don't really need it until 6. If they get my Environmental Sciences, that's fine. Priest of Ancient Lore, that's okay. No blocks. You know what? So, this is an example of if I get a 3-mana card, this ends up doing great things. I just want to play this now. Bouncing back the Priest doesn't seem like the best idea, but I think it will be fine. And we're holding up the mana so I can sacrifice Malevolent Hermit to stop a spell that is actually a response. The second effect is literally just draw a card. So yeah, this was 4 mana, bounce a creature, draw a card, just with some delays. So yeah, Lunar. It's a kicked Royal Eruption right now. All right. Draw a land. Play the Elite Spellbinder. And it seems like they're just mono white all the clerics, is my guess. Because yeah, when you see 232 cards in your opponent's deck. I think I just play this as a 2/2 flyer, and then I ready the Memory Deluge for, or I could just Memory Deluge this turn. Like, they untap, they attack. We take 2 damage, we Memory Deluge, looking for a win condition. Yeah, I think that's a better play. And we're holding up a counterspell if they end up being a lot stronger than we expected. No, I expected Elite Spellbinder. Go ahead and take my Circle of Confinement. Because, yeah, they're not removed. They're just put over here. And my deck is slow enough where I do not care. Alright, what enchantment you looking for? Teleportation Circle, perhaps? Spartan Regiment. Got it. Alright. I'm assuming Search for Glory is in that deck because of all the snow plains. Alright, Ominous Traveler is our win condition. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can take the Circle or the... I think I take the Divide by 0, because then they can't cast the Elite Spellbinder afterwards. That's the play. That's the play. Alright. So for this turn, I think we Environmental Sciences to make it so they can't cast 2 mana spells. We then Divide by 0 that so they can't cast 3 mana spells. Mana value. I'm pretty sure this just is modified. Yeah. Alright. I want to bounce this back. So they can't cast 3 mana spells. And I have access to... I'll grab the Reduce to Memory, I guess? Like that. Circle of Confinement. And now they can't cast 2 mana spells either, I don't believe. Yep. 3 and 2. So they can't cast 2 or 3 mana spells. They have 2 3 mana spells in their hand that are now stuck there. If this can get a 3 mana spell, you're solid. But right now, yeah. They can't cast these 2 cards. As long as I keep finding 3 mana spells, they will never be able to cast those 2 mana cards. Or those 3 mana cards. This, I think, has mana value 2 still. So, consider that. It's cool. They have the 3 and 2 sitting there. Alright. Start with Ominous Traveler. No 2 mana spells for you. Can we get 3 mana? 3 mana. No 3 mana spells for you. Alright. And we'll Environmental Sciences to get our lands ready. We'll We're gonna Storm Giants, though. Alright. And I think we just win the game here. Unless they have... Because 2 and 3 mana is the grand bulk of cards in the format. So... simply blocking out those 2 mana costs is enough to lock down the game a lot of times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Start with the Ominous Traveler again. Alright, so it's worth knowing that goes on the trigger, so... Alright, we get Tolvar as our 3 mana spell. And we're holding up the mana for Sot coming now, so... just move on. There might only be 1 spell in their hand they could even play, thanks to Living Breakthrough. Alright, that might be Starnheim Unleashed or Doomscar. Sot coming takes care of that, generally speaking. Oh, wait, is it not... This is not... It's nighttime. Why is this still... I don't... What? Why is this not a werewolf? Is it literally just half a card? Yeah, it's nighttime. This should be the other side of Tolvar. That's an error. So, worth noting, all the werewolves in Ominous Traveler are one-sided. That makes the werewolves that card can pick up much worse. Much worse. Either that or I just need to send in a bug report that the werewolves with Ominous Traveler do not work. It's luckily that I didn't need for this. Go first 2 lands. I got lucky last time. I can't go too much lower. Farewell, win rate. Hardly knew ya. At least this way we have a 1 mana removal, a 2 mana removal, and an Environmental Sciences should we make it there. We're gonna get another white, I think. White or blue? I think blue was more threatening. And we only need the double white for the removals, which will come in time. That sad moment when you mulligan to try to deal with a 2 land hand, and then you get another 2 land hand, and you have to keep it because... good idea. Alright. I'm not dealing with the Suzas. At least not this turn. It just gained them 3 life. Alright. I think now I'll deal with the Suzas because I'm literally doing nothing. And a 3/3 is actually kind of a threat. If I draw a land, I can divide by 0 to get an Environmental Sciences, to be able to play Inventive Iteration, to hopefully win this game. Alright, Field of Ruin is a land. We will divide by 0 after they attack, because otherwise, we have other issues. Sorry. They had a Kura in this deck. Cool. Good to see it. We're waiting for them to attack before I bounce it back. World Shaper. Do I want to bounce that back? Which one am I more threatened by? 3 attacks now or World Shaper later? This has to be mana value 4 or less, so it still works on World Shaper. Oh, it's going to return all the lands from the graveyard. It has to die for that, but I think World Shaper is a greater threat because I can't portable hole it. Environmental Sciences, please. Alright. This is blue. Perfect. Grab the plains. move on with our lives. We will take incremental damage by these insects. I'm okay with that. But World Shaper is going to get them so much mana ramp, I can't let it go off. It has to die, so Inventive Iteration bounce back to their hand is non-issue for me. What's awesome is I can do this next turn as well if I'd like. Alright. I'm okay with these little pinpricks. And if they just keep recasting World Shaper, I'm happy. If they're happy, then I'm happy they're happy. Alright, I can Malevolent Hermit and instead look to bounce this back. I think I want targets if I'm Malevolent Hermit. So we're just going to play another Inventive Iteration and bounce the World Shaper back again. I might want to just Portable Hole one of these mosquitoes because it's starting to build up pressure, slowly but surely. We're at 14 health. Oh my gosh. I'm going to bounce this back, and because Inventive Iteration is a 4-mana spell, they can't play it again. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. I can't believe we got 3 Inventive Iterations like that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Seems like a nice enough deck. They can't play World Shaper. I'm wondering if that's actually a positive for them, because they should be playing cards that aren't World Shaper, such as a Braid. Alright, we're going to Confinement and Portable Hold those, I think. Alright. 2 white, 2 blue. We're going to need more white, so... Let's see. Circle of Confinement prevents them from playing 2-drops. I think we just Portable Hole, and we ready to Divide by 0 to stop them from playing 3-drops. So now they can't cast 1 or 2. Divide by 0 will make it so they can't cast 3 either. Alright. End the turn there. Honestly, mill might be our win condition right now. Oof. But yeah, if they World Shaper, then we Divide by 0, and they literally cannot play anything. So no 1, 2, or 3. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're stuck with those in their hand, so might be able to teach into the Archaics. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to Introduction to Prophecy, get myself a 3-mana card. And, like, literally having different mana costs, mana values, is actually a significant boon for this deck. Start with Memory Deluge so they can't cast their World Shaper. And then I think we... These are 4 mana, right? So Divine Purge sounds fantastic, and a Divide by 0 sounds like a great backup. Alright. And... I think, yeah, I just hold up the Divide by 0. Shock my face. Okay. Oof. Next turn, I think I had Divine Purge. Alright. Don't have a 2-mana response. I was thinking about using Circle of Confinement, but I thought that I thought their answer was going to be a Braid, and ugh. Well, there goes all my creatures. Unfortunate, because I didn't have my win con. The other half of the win con. Oh my god, I could have divided by 0. Oh my gosh, they didn't have enough red mana. I could have divided that one by 0. I'm gonna start with a Divine Purge to get... I forgot it destroys my portable holes. So I made 2 mistakes in a row, and they absolutely destroyed me. We learn for next time. Perhaps we can look at just 1 mana removal spells that we can be using for white or blue that aren't artifacts or creatures. I'd rather not use Slayer's Bounty right now. March of Otherworldly Light. There we are. Marches of Otherworldly Light. We found the solution. Yeah, forgot that Divine Purge destroys your portable holes. Bit of a non-bow. And given that those are the 2 pieces I need for controlling early game aggression, I'd rather not. Alright. Opponent goes first. Forsaken Crossroads buys us time. Buys us a scry. So I'm going to keep this despite it being a bad hand. For mana-wise. White. We're going to scry 1. That's a land. We keep it. Play Otawara. Foretell the Sock coming. Or we just... No. Stick to the plan. This theme we can just exile for 1 next turn. I'm doing good, Grass, you know. I've been playing the decks because we have the opportunity to be playing with these new cards without having to craft the new cards. So I've been taking advantage of that. One thing worth noting is, yeah, our last game did not go so well because I made some stupid mistakes. But other than that, we've been doing fantastic. I've been trying to do a lockout kill with this deck. And my previous opponent, I was capable of doing just that. Blade Stitch Scab. I think that's better to be marching out of here. We can bounce this back later. I'm going to go with blue. If they have a Spell Pierce, I'd rather them spend it on their turn, not mine. Submit 0 here. We are still taking 3 damage, unfortunately, but it's a lot less devastating 3 damage. We can then bounce this back next turn. Ominous Traveler, this isn't the place for it. We now have a Sock coming, a March, and a Divide all set up. This is probably going to be needed to play to Environmental Sciences to then otherworldly exile the champion. Ooh. Past days you've been stressed out. Ooh, if you need to talk about it, feel free. But other than that, we chillin'. We just enjoying our time here. Good to relax it. Means. Alright. Attack with both. I have a good question for you. Oh, so there's someone at the gym who plays really loud music. Just the general theme is just be kind. Just, hey, your music's a little loud. Do you mind turning it down a bit? Like, that sort of stuff. Just, you know, generally the theme is, I don't know how else to say this, but don't come off as a jerk. That's the only real way to do it properly. Like, if you... Like, people will be kind if they get the sense that you're being kind. Oh, I really like that they have autopay here now. Cool. Alright. I'm probably just going to exile the champion of the parish now. So we're taking 4 more damage, but then we get the Ominous Traveler, which I think I could play a 3-mana threat immediately, perhaps. A lot of people also talk to her, and they are also very loud. Ooh. Alright. Starting with the Ominous Traveler. Ew. So we figured out these don't have a flip side, which is very unfortunate. So we're just going to pick the champion of the parish, and I think we just hold up the divide by 0 and let ourselves get a little wrecked here, because we don't have a choice right now. Alright. Play. So if we can get our Divine Purge, we're good. Is there a good way? Introduction to Prophecy? Could help if we get a land here. If we don't hit it, we're dead. If we hit it, we're still dead. I really don't know what to say. Oh. Found a way out. I don't like it, but it's technically a way out. We counter the Narfi, so it doesn't get things any bigger. And then we block killing one of the 2/2s. We block killing one of the 1/1s, we go down to 4. Narfi's still an issue. Oof. Yeah, generally, as I said, it's all about... People mostly just care about intent. Alright. We're going to tap 2 blue. This is white, blue, blue. Alright, so we want to keep both white open. Introduction Prophecy, looking for the response. We're at 2 health, so Ominous Traveler doesn't help. So we have to look for the response. To be clear, there was like 6 answers in our deck. We can pretend to hold up a threat, but literally they just swing in and we're dead. We had... Alright, so we went through a third of our deck, about. With all the scries, yes, we went through a third of our deck. We have 1, 2, 3... We have 6 cards that would get us out instantly, as well as 6 cards that would slow them down. So I would say this was just variance. Okay. Good game. Alright. At least we know where it went wrong. So 1 was mistakes, 1 was variance. The one we won so far was a deck that was 200 cards. Was white, mono white Battle of Wits. A little unfortunate. just a little unfortunate. Hey, 3 lands. Honestly, that's way above our recent curve. I'm going to wait on the pathway because we might actually want to play Divine Purge. Is this ranked? No. So we got an opportunity to play Alchemy decks outside without having to craft the cards for it. So I've been taking advantage of that. I'm going to play one of these on blue in case I need the sock coming later. But yeah, this is not ranked. This is just like free to play, but everyone's allowed to make whatever deck they want. So, you know, people make the decks they want. We do not need a Divine Purge. I'll hold this up for the Divide by 0. I twitch. Okay. I'm just going to play the Inventive Iteration. It could be blown up by a spell later, but this just slows them down. Binding of the Old Gods is the main threat here, but I don't really care too much. I'm going to put this on blue. I'm going to just Malevolent Hermit and let them have their Eye Twitch. There's a lot of ways they could sacrifice this for value, and I'm happy for them. Alright. This, I'm going to see it coming. I do not want to see the Binding of the Old Gods again. I could have just sacked the Malevolent Hermit. Why did I see it coming? So here's a good question. If I Circle of... Okay, I'm just going to Circle of Confinement, actually. So now they can't play 2-mana spells. Delete the Eye Twitch. Keep moving. My question is, how does March of the Otherworldly Light work with Living Breakthrough? I think the mana value is the end result. If they play another Binding, I will be... So they can't play any 2-mana removal, which there's a lot of 2-mana removal. Gloom Shrieker. This is going to bring back the Binding. If I Divide by 0, that slows them down a turn. Sure, I need to use this looking for... So even if they have a land here, they can't play 2-drops, they can't play 3-drops now. I'm going to go look for Introduction to Prophecy to make sure they can't play the 3-drop next turn. Ooh, I can play Teachings of the Archaics well here. So they can't play any card here, unless it's a 1-drop specifically. Alright, there's their 1-drop. I could actually March of Otherworldly Light exiling Divine Purge to make sure I draw an additional card off the Teachings. Do I care? Not that much. Alright, so I play Teachings. Now they can't cast 3-mana spells. Go watch some series on Netflix. Thanks for the talk. Yep, always, man. If you ever need to talk. Hope you rest well tonight. I will. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can give a birthday present if you'd like. I'd appreciate it, but yeah, don't feel obligated. Alright, we're just gonna march this for that. And here's the question. Does this make it 1-mana spells can't be cast or 2-mana spells can't be cast? Oh, because we're not in real life. Yeah, don't worry about birthday presents, man. I got enough I'm 27 now. I don't need more birthday presents. I do appreciate it, though. I do appreciate it, though. Alright, so it is 2-mana value. Cool. So now they can't cast any 2-drops or 3-drops. Which means they can't cast the Gloom Shrieker. So they basically need another Binding of the Old Gods to kill a Living Breakthrough. Which is why I probably should have left that mana open so I can use Malevolent Hermit to save the Living Breakthrough. Well, gonna be hard to get past Junji. I could bounce it, but then they just play it for 5 again. Archgolf Thraben. This costs too much discard to it. So Junji's going to attack in, and then we have the response after. We're going to let this be for now. This does non-dragon creature cards. There's no creatures in the graveyard. So we don't want Doomscar if we don't have to. We want Otawara to knock that back to their hand when we feel confident we can kill. Alright. We are taking some hits, but we win the race. They can't play 2-drops or 3-drops. Oh, that. Counter it. No blood. So this is unfortunately, our deck can't easily counter it the way I can other decks. Alright. So we're going to start with Ominous Traveler. They can't cast 2-drops. I might just grab Blades that gab. Yeah, I like that. Just applies more pressure. Continues with a synergy. Now they can't cast 2-drops or 3-drops again. And Ominous Travelers keep coming back. We win this race. And I think I'm just going to play this land. As a land. They still cannot play Gloomshrieker again. Another Blue in the Snow or Invoke Despair. Alright. Sacrifice enchantment. And I lose 2 life and they draw a card. Alright. Put that in my grave. Alright, they can't attack with... I should have just saved the land so I could make it so they couldn't do anything with Junji. Alright. Yeah. We're just gonna continue with this, lock down their 2-drops and 3-drops plan. And just keep accruing value while we do. If we can get another Headless Rider, we can Doomscar for card advantage. Alright. Not yet. Headless Rider next turn. We are now the zombie deck. They have no creatures to bring back with Junji, so I'm not worried about that. If they attack with Junji, they leave themselves wide open. I will block it because if they attack with Junji, I'm assuming it's a board clear. But all right. Oof. We have the 2/3 lock. Unfortunately, it does not stop Junji, but there's a lot of other resources. All right. Yeah, I don't want the Divine Purge. Divine Purge hurts me more than it hurts them. I feel like they should have... I'm not going to question it right now. Alright, start by making it so they can't play a kill spell. They're holding something up. Alright, another Ominous Rider means we can start swarming them on the ground soon. Yeah, I think next turn we can start swarming them on the ground. Alright, no 2s or 3s. Damage of the Perished. It's 1 mana. And it allows us to still hold up Malevolent Hermit. And next turn, we can attack in with our zombies and be happy. We're holding up the Malevolent Hammer as cannon fodder. Evoke Despair. They have 3 mana to counter. Alright. So I have to sacrifice the Living Breakthrough, because that's our only... unless we want to take a little less damage. If I pay it to make them pay more life, it doesn't really help me. Alternatively, I can sacrifice this, get myself more creatures. This doesn't stop them from being able to play any spells this turn. Or this doesn't allow them to play any spells this turn. So, sacrifice a creature. It's going to be this one because I have no other enchantment creatures. I'd rather take the 2 damage, draw them the cards, than go with this. They have to have specifically a 4-mana card and a land, which we didn't know about the land. There's no creatures in their grave. The other one is discards 2 cards and loses 2 life. I think I just attack Sweden for lethal. They're at 1. Now I can Doomscar and then Malevolent Hermit. They have to make me discard cards with a Doomscar. I can discard these 2. Oh no, I just play Malevolent as Airborne Blocker. I think that's actually better for me. Alright, let's aim for Airborne Blockers, basically. Patrician Geist. Perfection. We now have 2 Airborne Flyers, blockers for Genji. Tap it to add color before it gets destroyed. Perfectly acceptable in my mind. Alright. Another Patrician Geist. Yep. And I'm going to end my turn with these in hand because I want to discard the Hall of Storm Giants if they end up killing their own Genji. If they wipe the board, Headless Rider makes sure there's 2 zombies. That makes it still a threat. Basically, they want to wipe this board. Wiping this board still presents lethal. We're in good spots. We're in good spots. Boom Shrieker brings back... It's a permanent, right? Yep. So it has to be Binding or Eye Twitch or something. I'm pretty sure the way damage works, I kill them and then they start gaining their life. So they need a land. I'm pretty sure they just played a land already. Alright. We found our way into this game. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, we have more attackers than they have blockers. That's simple. No need to do anything fancy. They died before they gained the life. Whew. Alright, I think that's 2-2 now. So it's the question of this next game decides whether we're winning record or not. One of our losses was me making a mistake. One of our losses was bad lands. In both of our wins, we managed to get the combo off. So it is pretty valuable to know the combo is somewhat consistent. In a controlling deck, it seems like playing Inventive Iteration is not too bad of an issue. It's a 4 mana, but it does interact with the board. As long as Inventive Iteration is your top end, it seems like it interacts enough with the board. Alright. Blue, white, white. Perfect. Alright, another black-green. The Duress, the Inventive Iteration. So the Inventive Iteration is safe because it's doubled up. Divine Purge is not. If they take the Divine Purge, that tells us a lot about what deck we're facing. If they take Divide by 0, where we know the Divine Purge is not very important. Alright, we learned that they're a discard deck, and they have plenty more discards where that came from. Got a tech record. Fine by me. I'm going to play that to hide some information, but it will just be revealed next turn, I think. We can defend the temple. Once they get that all filled up, we just Divine Purge it all away. So, Island, I hold up a Divide by 0. Fine, by me. The turn after, we Divine Purge the board. Alright. Yeah, I'd rather do this than... I'd rather have the land for Iganjo. Environmental Sciences seems pretty nice. I mean, they know we have a Divine Purge. They know we have a Divine Purge. And I think we bounced this guy. They want to play a creature and do all this again. And we just Divine Purge. If they don't, we Malevolent Hermits, and they're not presenting too much of a board state. Oh my god. Ninjutsu! Oh, they Ninjutsu Nashi instead. That's actually not as threatening to me. That's pretty cool, using Jugon with that to make it free. Circle of Confinement, so it's just Azusa's many journeys they're going to be playing. Alright. So I could circle and I could circle the Remnant, and I could play Malevolent Hermit to block the Nashi for next turn. I like that. Yeah, this is going to be providing a ton of value along the way. Every turn they develop more is a turn the iteration stuff becomes more valuable. Oh, binding the iteration. Oh! Okay. I am good with that. Alright, so now I'm going to Environmental Sciences. Get myself the other planes, I think. Play the Inventive Iteration. And when I play this, they can play it Nashi. Okay. But now, they can't play their 2-drop. They can't play a 4-drop if they had one. this thing starts doing its job. I believe this will stop them from playing 3 drops if I use it. I just realized if they want to play into the board, Divine Purge will just wreck them. And I'm happy to wreck them and let them not have a Jugen. Like, we know their entire hand now. And that's very important information to have. Zuni Blade Blesser. Okay. And if they Nashi here, we Divine Purge, and we're in a great spot. I don't know if this is 0 mana or 3 mana. I'm going to attack with it to be safe. Can't. Okay, cool. So that's a 3 mana. We're just going to play this now, since I don't really think of anything that's worth dividing by 0. I believe they cannot play Nezumi Blade Blesser now. So they want to play a 2-drop and pump it up. We can then divide that. We can Circle of Confine, Circle of Confine. Okay. I mean... Why does this have Death Touch now? Oh, just for this turn. Okay, got it, got it. Well, that's 3-2. That's winning more games than we lost. And we had that game, even though we didn't have the combo fully active, Circle of Confinement on that, when we have enough mana left open for Memory Deluge, if they don't play anything threatening, we could get more board clears. We have 5 more board clears in this deck, yeah. And we also have the combo ready. And their deck is very vulnerable to the combo because of their mana costs seem to be all around 2 and 3 with that 1 mana dagger. Yep, so I'm happy with this deck. It doesn't feel like it's going to break the game in any abusive fashion, but it is still a good deck, and I think you'll have fun playing it if you have fun with these kinds of decks. As for do you craft it, I mean, there's a lot of rares. The combo is literally 2 rares combined. March of Otherworldly, because of Divine Purge, the March of Otherworldly Light was necessary over the Portable Holes. Board clears are always rare. That's just for limited sake, if nothing else. And yeah, there's... Okay, here's another way of looking at it. There are 12 uncommons, and the rest of the non-lands are rares. Also, a lot of the lands are rares. Yeah, not worth the craft. Cool. Very cool. I'd love to see more with this. I think there is something here, like something significant here. But I'm going to leave it as is. It was fun to play that deck. I'm glad it didn't... I'm glad the opponents realized when they lost, and it actually, the loop worked in locking down a lot of opponents. And when the loop did not lock them down because they had 5 or 6 mana spells, we still applied enough pressure that it was not an issue. I think all the combination of all those things is absolutely amazing. We do need to let them know that apparently werewolves don't flip if they're drafted. I think that's just a bug. Conjured cards are supposed to be the cards themselves. So we'll just, once that's addressed, this I think will be a fantastic deck. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day.